Divine greetings, Masters. Very good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. This is MadhuSoni welcoming you all to Light and Soul Meditation English Group. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your precious time, space, and energy with each other, Masters. Very warm welcome to all the old and new. And thank you so much once again. So, Masters, as you all know, we happen to go through with the book You Can Heal Your Life at this time. And we do it actually, I'm just trying to do it twice in a week. So this book has been written by Louis L. Hay. And before we go ahead and start our session, I ask you all to join your hands to give gratitude, respects, and regards to the masters. So with great respects, regards, and gratitude to all the masters, we are really, really grateful and thankful that whatever we have received in this lifetime, we appreciate it, we respect it, and we give gratitude. Our heartfelt gratitude to each and every master, to all the Param Guru Mandali masters, the Saptrishi Mandal masters, to all the teachers, healers, mentors, gurus, and the Siddhas, the Param Guru Mandali masters, Saptrishi Mandal masters, ascended masters, our great grandmaster Pitamaha Brahmrishi Patriji Mahavatar Babaji, and the masters from the spiritual realm, angelic realm, astral realm, to masters from the elemental world, elemental kingdom, plant kingdom, mineral kingdom, animal kingdom, and human kingdom. We are really, really very, very grateful for all the protection, guidance, for all the wisdom, divine knowledge, understanding, and consciousness that the Masters share with us. We are really grateful. Dear Masters, please keep your blessings, your grace on each and every one of us. We at Light and Soul Meditation Group and Love Light Station YouTube channel, we are really grateful and we ask for your guidance and protection, also your divine knowledge and wisdom that you have. May we also get the same. Please share your protection, guidance, and also share the wisdom and understanding. Help us align with the soul plan purpose and also align us with the highest timeline that we have set for our incarnation. Help us to choose the path towards truth and justice and honesty, and keep us in alignment with our highest timeline, whatever we have set for this lifetime or soul journey. So, Masters, very warm welcome to all the old and new, as you all have been coming here, going through the list. So, today, again, we will be learning about the, you know, uh, when you go onto the flyer, you will see Master's picture. That is Louis L. Hay. Okay. So if nobody knows about it, please, watch the series and you will actually know. Okay. So I think a picture came a little weird, but that's okay. I think it will be, we can watch it. So anyway, no problem. Okay, I'm sharing the screen, Masters. So today we are going through You Can Heal Your Life list. Okay. So how we go about it is we have already done chapter 14. Basically, from 1 to 14, we have already finished. 15th also we have finished. Now we are actually doing the list. So today is the 8th list or 9th list, I think. The part series, I would say. So how we are talking about it is first we discuss the problem, then what is the probable cause behind it, and then the new affirmation or the new thought pattern what you can provide to what you are, what you have to affirm. So today we are actually talking about fingers. So what do fingers represent? Fingers represent the details of life. We have our thumbprint on the fingers, Every finger has thumbprint. It's unique, it's different from everybody. And it actually also represents the details of life. So if there is some issue creeping up in your thumb or index finger, middle finger, or ring finger. So every finger or little finger as well. So the 5 fingers represent different things. So if there is some problems with your fingers, you can say, I am peaceful with the details of life. That's the new thought pattern. Thumb. When there is something happening with your thumb, meaning what's that? It represents your intellect. So intellect and worry. So if there is something that is making you worrisome, or you might feel that there's some issue going on with your intellect, then you might see some issue creeping up with your thumb. So what you can say is, my mind is at peace, right? My mind is at peace. Sometimes we are like so much worried and we are tensed. We think so much all the time. So what is that thing that is bothering you? Some kind of tension. Now, you can affirm, my mind is at peace, or my mind is peaceful. I am at peace in my mind. Something like that, you can definitely affirm. Index finger is this finger. Okay. Thumb was this. Index finger is this. Represents ego and fear. So because you point fingers at someone, right? Why? Because you are egoistic, or you are full of ego. So this finger actually represents ego. So whenever you are having certain issue with this finger, that means there's a lot of ego and fear. What you can affirm? I am secure. With the middle finger, it's like here, it says a different, in US, middle finger comes with a different connotation, not good connotation, I would say. But here, it also represents anger and sexuality. Basically, as you all know, here many people do say bad things, abusive word when they use this finger, right? So, very similar to that, the probable cause is basically you are angry at someone and you show the middle finger to them, right? And again, you say some bad words related to sexuality. So, middle finger represents anger and sexuality. What you can affirm? I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I'm comfortable with my sexuality and I am at peace, because see what it represents anger. Anger meaning you are not at peace. You want to control something. Why? Because when something you cannot control, you become full of anger. You are in anger because you cannot control. So what happens? Why are you in anger? Because you are, first of all, you're angry at someone else, and then second of all, you become angry at your own self that you cannot control because you are actually fearful. Now, what you can affirm is, I am comfortable with my sexuality and I am at peace. Ring finger. This also represents, basically when you get into, union with someone related to marriage. So that is also when you become a partner to someone. So this finger represents union, and it also represents grief. So, the ring finger is basically representing grief and union. What you can affirm? I am peacefully loving. I am peacefully loving. That is what it tells you. Little finger represents the family and pretending. So, little finger, it represents the family and pretending. What you can affirm? I am myself with the family of life. I am myself with the family of life. So, whoever you have in your life, they are your family, and whoever is your family, uh, you are at peace with your own self and with your family as well, right? So, represents the family and pretending. So, fistula. Now, this is also fistula. It actually happens in the anal region, masters. Okay, so the fistula is basically fear of some kind of fear that is there in the lower body parts, where the large intestine, whatever we are ready to release in the form of waste, we become. Um, so okay, let me put it this way, because some of the people who are here are new. So masters, there are certain things that we carry in the form of negative attributes. These negative attributes are anger, judgment, criticism, gossip, character assassination, or you can say it is also about greed, lust, anger. Uh, did I say greed? Yeah, I think I said, right? Lust. Then you also are lazy and you are also full of ego. So these negative attributes are not good for oneself. Now, let me put it this way also. So when you actually eat certain kind of food, or when you eat any food, what happens? you need to digest that food. The stomach digests it, right? And later on, the small intestine absorbs the nutrients from what you have eaten when it is basically broken down into smaller particles in the stomach. Then it passes through small intestine, and then it breaks down again, and then the nutrients are sucked by the villi of the small intestine. And then now it goes down into the larger part, basically the larger intestine region, where the waste products, the nutrients that have been, the food particles that have been broken down, now the nutrients also have been sucked by the small intestine. Those things are now pushed into the larger intestinal region to remove that waste. So when that waste is to be removed, it goes to the rectal region, anal region, and then it is expelled, excreted from the body. And so many people who actually face problem with diarrhea or constipation, they might notice that maybe you are having some kind of anger, fear, anxiety, or some kind of judgment, or the negative attributes that we spoke about. In Hindi, we do say Kam, Krodh, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya, and Ahankar also, right? So these are some of the things that you have to release, and it also has fear control. You need to release these from your body or mind. Now the point is, what is to be released from your physical body in the form of food. So you release these negative attributes. So when you actually release this, what happens is you actually release your fear, ego, anger, control, judgment, criticism. So certain problems which can be healed spiritually is, one of the issue is fistula also, which is actually because of fear, which also stays in the lower body part. Why? Because you have stored lot of anger towards someone, and now you're fearful. Not only fear, you have some kind of anxiety and fear. So that is actually blocking the path to let go. You cannot release or excrete easily. Now what happens? You feel a kind of pressure to release that, but you are fearful. Now you cannot. So what happens is, physically, I'm telling you, basically what happens to one's body is, it breaks, right? So there's a cut that comes when you actually pressurized, when you push the excreta in a pressurized manner. So what happens? Now that inner region is broken. So that is also it. The problem that develops is fistula, fear, a blockage in the letting go process. That is the actual reason why this happens. What you can affirm: I am safe. I trust fully in the process of life. And life, uh, yeah, life is for me. So life is for me. Okay, masters. The remaining part, I'll send another picture later on. So now with flatulence, it is related to that your stomach region feels lot of gas, and that is why you also feel pain in your stomach region because of gas pains. Now this is influenza, right? So flu. So what you can, I think for flatulence, let me finish that. So it is later on we will actually also talk about with the alphabet G. So, gas pains, I don't see. Yeah. Okay. So again, the gas pain, why that happens is because of the flatulence. It is also because of the fear. Okay. So, I think in the next page it is given, but yeah, let's go through it. So gas pains also happens because of there is some kind of gripping fear that you are holding on to, and some undigested ideas like the food that is you eat, right? Certain foods we cannot digest, and certain kind of issues creep up. Very similar to that, there are people who speak to us, they talk to us, we hear certain things, and when we hear those things, maybe we cannot digest those ideas, and when we cannot digest, that is the undigested ideas also can create lot of gas pains. So what you can affirm? Affirmation is, I relax and let life flow through me with ease. We'll go through that in the next page, masters. Now with the flu, influenza, I think we have, again we will do that later on, but flu is also It also is related to cold and cough, and you release your nose is watery, your eyes also water, and you feel lot of, you don't feel good about it. But it is a kind of respiratory ailment. And why that happened? Respiratory ailment, when you talk about ENT, it is with the throat chakra. So not only that, but response to mass negativity and beliefs, fear, belief in statistics. What you can affirm? I am beyond group beliefs or the calendar. I am free from all congestion and influence. So during flu season, we do get flu, and also not only that, some people, not all, but definitely we do. Many people do also have sinus issues, right? So respiratory ailment is there. What you can affirm? I am beyond group beliefs or the calendar. I am free from all congestion and influence. Basically, certain times we actually are influenced by a big group or something, and when we also we don't know, maybe sometimes we feel pressurized to follow, or we feel pressurized to do something. But the point is, nobody is pressurizing you here, masters. But certain people, when there is an idea that you cannot digest, maybe there's a higher level of consciousness, and with that there's a higher level of wisdom that has been given to you. But maybe at that time you are not with that consciousness. You still need to learn more. So maybe at that time, whenever someone is saying something, you might not understand that, and you will be like, "Oh, what is she talking about?" Or I don't understand why she is speaking like that. But the point is, maybe at that time you are not ready to accept, and also you are basically judging. Why you are judging? Because your mind is still there. Your mind is still on the lower level of consciousness. So you will actually judge others, you will criticize others, you won't even understand them. The point is, this is the reason where the negativity inside your body comes out and makes your body clear. So flu is also another way to clear oneself. When you start raising your consciousness, when you start awakening yourself, when you get awakened, what happens? The light that comes inside you, it actually pressurizes the darkness, the fear, the ignorance, and it pushes pushes this darkness, fear, anxiety outside through your body. And what happens? It actually comes out in the form of flu. Okay, so that is the actual cause, masters. Anyhow, now what you can affirm with the influenza, please do write if you want to, because later on we will be doing in the some other day. I am beyond group beliefs or the calendar. I am free from all congestion and influence. So that is the affirmation. Now, food poisoning. Food poisoning. Why? Because allowing others to take control. Certain times we take food from some people, right? And food poisoning is, we don't like certain things, but maybe we ate something that actually was not okay. It has some, it maybe the food was not clean, and you ate that and you got your stomach upset. And basically, not only upset, but it's kind of food poisoning. Maybe you have to go and admit yourself in the hospital also. That might also happen. But food poisoning is also related to something, like basically you have eaten something which was not okay for your body, and you could not digest that, and allowing others. So the probable cause is, why the spiritual meaning basically is, you have allowed others to take control of your life, and you feel defenseless. You cannot do anything, and the food is also not digested. Now you start vomiting, or you start basically getting diarrhea or something, right? So, or loose motions, whatever you want to say. Affirmation is, I have the strength, power, and skill to digest whatever comes my way. Certain times we really cannot digest certain foods, and we feel like puking, we want to puke. The point is, why? Because there are some undigested thoughts, or we have let others take control of our mind, our perception, and also the way we feel. Emotions also can be, taken over. So now, whatever you have to affirm is here, I have the strength, power, and skill to digest whatever comes my way. Now, with the foot problem. So the last one is foot problem on this page. No, I think it's fracture also. Yeah. So foot problems is, whenever there is a problem with your leg or foot. Foot is basically the forward movement, right? Because you walk with your foot. You walk forward, right? Even backwards also, but most of the time, why we use our foot or feet? We use our feet to move forward in life. So fear of the future. When there is some issues creeping up with your foot or feet, or you might get, hurt in your foot or toes or, fingers of your toes. What is the issue happening? You have certain kind of fear of the future and of not stepping forward in life. Now, with the affirmation you can provide to this probable causes. So, whenever there is some issue with your foot, you can affirm, I move forward in life with joy and with ease. Okay. Fractures. Now, with fractures, again the fractures is, then you have to see bone problems. So in the past we have done alphabet B already, so let's go to bone problems once again. Bones are also related to your root chakra, masters. Okay, so when you talk about bones, so bones are the base of the skeletal system, and not only that, but for this physical body we need the bones to make that structure, right? So when you talk about bones, first of all, you need to work on your root chakra. Okay. Not only root chakra, but also, you know, one second. Yeah. So you also are feeling certain kind of bone problem if you have fracture. So maybe there was the authority. You are actually rebelling against certain kind of authority in your life. So that is why um, your body has, maybe you got into some accident, you got fracture, your bone fractured basically, right? So what is actually happening, that the spiritual authority was basically you were actually rebelling against spiritual authority. Now what new thought pattern you can provide? In my world I am my own authority, for I am the only one who thinks in my mind. So maybe there's somebody else who is uh, you know getting into your mind, and you start thinking the way they are thinking. Basically you are actually letting them think for you. And then what is also happening, you are also pushing someone else also. You are rebelling against authority, and that is why you have this bone issue. But masters, as I told you, we have to work on the root chakra for bones. Okay, so now let's go on to the next page. Okay, I think this is where, yeah. So now frigidity. Frigidity is basically what frigidity is, again, you are rigid, right? So frigid itself says I am rigid, right? It's like freezing rigidity. So frigidity is basically out of, because you are fearful that something might happen. So because you fear something, that something might happen, so that is why what you do is you become rigid. You don't want to bend. And that is why denial of pleasure, a belief that sex is bad and insensitive partners, or you have the fear of father. So if you are frigid, you feel frozen sometimes, or you become rigid. You don't want to go through with certain other people's examples, or the way they speak, or the way they want to give you idea, or you know um, their perception. You become rigid, and you become so strict. No, I don't want to listen to them, because you are fearful, because you think that your control will go away. You cannot control this, and that is why you actually again, you also go through that you are denying pleasure also to your own self, right? So a belief that sex is bad, again, it itself says, that sex is bad, so I should not do it, or something like that. Basically, the partners are very insensitive, and you also again are very fearful. You think like that. And then you also very fearful of your father, something related to, again, abuse, right? New thought pattern is, it is safe for me to enjoy my own body. I rejoice in being a woman. So it is not only about women, masters, it is also about why they have written women, because mostly women do face this kind of situation. But there are men also who actually go through this kind of situation, masters. So it is safe for me to enjoy my own body. I rejoice in being a woman. Certain times, many women, they don't like, because they seem to fear the society. They seem to fear the look on the faces of people. That is why they don't rejoice their own body. Okay, now fungus. Fungus is basically a dead thing that is growing on your body. something that grew, which is basically why fungus grows, because it grows on dead things, right? Dead cells. So you have stagnating beliefs, refusing to release the past, okay, and letting the past rule. So you're not ready to release the past. Basically, the past has already been gone. It's done. The life cycle has been done already, meaning the anything that you thought or you were in the past, or you went through certain situations, that past has already been done, finished, but still you carry the same orthodox belief. So what your family or ancestors were in the past, you are not that anymore. You are totally living in a new life, new world. So the life that they have lived, it was related to the kind of living they were doing. So we cannot always have those beliefs, and we cannot go through with that. But what we can do is we can actually release those beliefs. At this time, maybe we are refusing to release, and that is why the problems of this, maybe you might see that certain kind of situations happen in your um, uh, you know maybe you might feel that you have difficulty releasing the past, and in your body or somewhere, certain um maybe your nail dies, your maybe certain time, many people might also feel some other kind of issue, gangrene also. But fungus is basically some growth that is coming, right? Like mushrooms, why mushrooms grow? Because they something was dead, and now from that this mushroom grew, right? So fungus is also like that, something growing on your body which is out of dead skin, dead cells. So stagnating beliefs. What you can see, what you can affirm is, I live in the present moment, joyous and free. So I am living in the present moment. I am very joyous and free, because you were not free of the past thinking, perception, belief. Now you're ready to release that belief, because that belief is very stagnating. It is stuck. It is making you stuck. It is not letting you move in the forward, not letting you go through the forward movement. So letting that past go. So why you cannot do this? Because you are actually still living in the past. So let go of the past and start living in the present moment with joyousness and freedom. Now, Furuncle is basically in another form of boils. So again, it is related to anger masters. We have done this time and again in the 2 3 classes. Now gallstones. So it is again the hard stuff, right? The it is the polylithiasis, right? Yeah, polylithiasis. I don't know about it, but it is related to the kidney stones only. So it is also why this happens, because certain times the anything that we our kidneys basically filter, certain times the particles are so big, and it is so tough, it is so hard. So that is why certain people who get kidney stones, gallstones, basically why they have is because they are actually bitter, very bitter towards someone. They have bitter thoughts, hard thoughts which cannot be changed, and they basically, it's a condemning kind of thing. They are very prideful, spiteful also, and they don't want to change the way they think. So what you can affirm is, there is joyous release of the past, life is sweet, and so am I, because they have become so rude and they have become so hard. They don't want to change. Masters, 1 second, let me mute everyone, because I think uh, okay. So now it was gallstones we were doing, right? So gallstones is a hardened deposit within the fluid in the gallbladder, a small organ under the liver. So gallbladder has gallstones. It's just like how we filter with the kidney, like kidney has stones, very similar to that. Gallstones are hardened deposits of digestive fluid, and it requires a medical diagnosis. Gallstones can vary in size. Treatment consists of diet modifications. And so, how it can creep up? You might have sudden severe upper right or central abdominal pain that can last for hours, sometimes relating to the back or shoulders. So, other symptoms can include nausea, vomiting, heartburn, or a feeling of fullness, and bloating after meals. So, you need to check with the doctor if you have this kind of situation and pain creeping up, which lasts more than 3 to 4 hours. You might have fever or yellowing of the skin and eyes. It can also be like jaundice, okay? And infection can also happen. Anyway, so masters, that is like bitterness, hard thoughts, condemning pride, an affirmation. There is joyous release of the past. Life is sweet, and so am I. Now, gangrene. We were talking about the hard stuff like the fungus, right here. So, gangrene is basically the area of your body. Some part of your body is has died and it has blackened. Why that happens? Because of your perception. Again, the mental morbidity, drowning of joy with poisonous thoughts. So now you carry that, and many people who go through diabetes, when it is, in a very, difficult stage, when you cannot control this, it actually goes into this stage, gangrene. So mental morbidity, drowning of joy with poisonous thoughts. What you can affirm, I now choose harmonious thoughts and let the joy flow freely through me. So I now choose harmonious thoughts and let the joy flow freely through me. So, masters, here is another thing. When we say the body part has become blackened and dark and dead, it is very hard stone like your body gets, it can be your feet, it can be your hand, it can be any body part. And certain times when gangrene happens, many people have to cut the body part, that body part. Mostly it happens with the circulation issue. When we talk about blood and circulation, masters, it represents your joy. It represents your sacral chakra, meaning your sacral chakra has to be basically taken care of, and also the emotions with the sacral chakra, the blood, or the circulation of the blood. It tells us about that it represents joy. So, meaning the blood is not able to be circulated in the lower body parts, and especially people who have diabetes. So they have circulation issue, and if this is not, taken care of right away, what happens? Or if it is not minimized with the medicine, or not, or you are not able to control the sugar, it can turn into gangrene. So that is why mental morbidity, basically a kind of that no hope is there, and you actually release all kind of joy. Basically, you don't have any joy in your mind or thoughts. You have very poisonous negative thoughts. So that is why people who have diabetes, they actually tend to feel that my life is full of bad thoughts, or negativity, or sorrow, or something, some kind of grief is happening with me. See, basically, what happens, they try to find love, or they want to have care, attention. But many people in their life, or they are not even able to find that kind of love, or they don't find people who can give care to them. They are continuously working around the clock to give love and care to everyone, but they don't even think about themselves. And that is why what happens is, a person, they start feeling empty. They actually give um, love to everyone, care to everyone, but when their time comes, they might feel that nobody is loving me and nobody is caring for me. And what happens is, the joy goes away. Now they are very rude, they are very negative, they uh, speak rubbish. Also, sometimes they speak very rudely, mean, in a mean way, and they also are very sarcastic. So what happens then? These kind of people might actually have this kind of problem. So, what you can say, I now choose harmonious thoughts and let the joy flow freely through me. So, what is the joy? I let the blood flow freely through me. So, meaning the joy is the blood here, okay? Now, gas pains, we already did this just, you know, 30 minutes ago. Gastritis is again stomach problems. Gas is, and that gas give you pain also, masters. And not only that, but it is very terrible. Prolonged uncertainty. So, a feeling of doom. Definitely you don't feel good about it, and it is very, very painful, masters. Not only that, what you can affirm, I love and approve of myself, I am safe. So let me also find this a little bit, so that we can have a greater understanding to what we are talking about here. So when you say gastritis, it is basically um, so any of a group of condition in which the stomach lining is inflamed. So gastritis is the stomach lining is inflamed, which include infection, injury, regular use of pain pills called NSAIDs, and basically too much of medicines. So what happens is requires a medical diagnosis, and treatment consists of antacids. Okay, so it also is also the reason there is a Helicobacter pylori is the cause of gastritis, and you have upper abdominal pain. You also can get nausea, vomiting, bloating, loss of appetite, and heartburn. You don't feel like eating also. So it can be for long time, short time, and so in gastritis, maybe you have to avoid alcohol. Not maybe, but yeah, you have to avoid alcohol, high fat and fried foods, spicy foods, acidic foods like tomatoes and citrus, caffeinated beverages, and carbonated drinks, because it can irritate the stomach lining and it can worsen the symptom. So you have to focus on bland, easily digestible foods such as lean proteins, low acid fruits and vegetables, and whole grains. So, oh wow, I just got something. Wisdom came, masters, and incorporating soothing herbs like ginger. Anyway, so that was about gastritis, my masters. Genitals. Now, when you talk about genitals, it can be related to masculine, feminine, right? So what you can affirm, it is safe to be who I am. That is your gender. You don't feel safe in your own femininity or masculinity, and then you have some issues creeping up with your genitals. So what you can say is, I am safe with who I am. Now, any problems, you are actually worrying about not being good enough. What you can affirm, I rejoice in my own expression of life. I am perfect just as I am. I love and approve of myself. Please do write also, masters. I'm just going through with it. But if you happen to have anything that is related to these problems that we are talking about with the first and second page today, I mean 94 and 95 or 90 or 190. One second. One second. Yeah, so 194 and 195, I believe. Yeah. So do write it down. So glands, anything related to your glands represents holding stations. And so the glands actually help us with so many things. And like there are so many glands in our body. We also have, like, for example, we have sweat glands, right? So mammary glands. So they hold something, right? They are holding stations. That is what they have written, that it represents holding stations. So basically a self-starting activity. If there is any issue with your glands, you have basically your creative power, is having challenges. What you can say, I am the creative power in my world. Again, it also represents, because it also represents your creativity, meaning it's the water element. So glands actually hold a lot of lymphatic fluids, glands, and the sweat is there, it is also fluid. Mammary glands that holds milk, so again, uh, it is related to fluid. What you can affirm, I am the creative power in my world, I am the creative power in my world, or I am very creative and I can create anything I want. You can actually affirm this also. Glandular fever. So this happens because of, you have to see mononucleosis. So let me see what is that, and we will read. One second, masters, and that's the last one, and then we'll end. Mononucleosis, it says. Yeah. So mononucleosis or mono or Pfeiffer's disease is called glandular fever. It is related to anger at not receiving love and appreciation, no longer caring for the self. What new thought pattern you can affirm? I love and appreciate and take care of myself. I am enough. So maybe you are not taking care of your own self, and you are full of anger, and you don't. Why you are full of anger? Because you feel that nobody loves you and nobody appreciates you. One affirmation that you can do is, I love and appreciate myself and I take care of myself. I am enough. So that can actually help you with this issue. So when you talk about mononucleosis, it is also known as kissing disease, an infection with the Epstein-Barr virus. Mono is transmitted by saliva. Symptoms include fatigue, fever, rash, and swollen glands. The elderly may not have typical symptoms. The treatment involves rest, fluids, and over-the-counter pain and fever reducing medicines to ease symptoms. So what happens? It is a disease that can actually go through with saliva. It requires medical diagnosis, and also it can come with pain, fever, and fatigue. So definitely you have sore throat, you might have extreme fatigue, your lymph glands will be swollen. So these are the symptoms of saliva issue, I mean the Kissing's disease or mononucleosis. So there are four stages of mononucleosis. Incubation, where the virus is dormant and asymptomatic. Prodrome, with mild symptoms like fatigue and a sore throat. Acute, where symptoms like fever, fatigue, and swollen lymph nodes are more severe. And convalescent, the recovery period during which symptoms gradually disappear, but fatigue can persist. So you might have, many people might go through a lot of feverish pain, and they might feel that I am so much tired, I feel like, and the lymph nodes are also swollen, something like that. So see if you are having these symptoms, masters. Anyway, so we'll be done with it now. Now we are done with this. Any questions so far, masters? Okay. Anyone? Anything that anybody wishes to ask or share at this time? I'm done. So two lists are here, like two pages that we read. And if everyone is okay, then we can go straight into meditation. Yes, Sheelamji?
And then to all, ultimately, the baseline is it is our mind and the thing which causes all the illness.
Yes.
So that's why ultimately it is the meditation which teaches us to get out of all this.
Yeah.
So this every stage of everything, you
Yeah.
look, it's ultimately deep fear, the anger, the
Yes.
frustration. All these are the stresses which we invite in our body as the root cause of all. If you go to the base of to find what is the cause and analyze for yourself,
Yeah.
you realize why you are stressed, what is the cause of your stress. I think that will ultimately help you to get over it.
And most of the time, I actually tell everyone to go through this exercise of know yourself. You know, why to know yourself is, when you know yourself, you will actually also know your weaknesses, your strengths. When we start knowing our weaknesses, we actually come to know that we are our own villains. That is
Mm.
what we come to know. Because the mind actually does not help us, it actually limits us. And because we are with ego, we think that we are not able to work on certain things, or we are not worthy of particular things, something, and we think that we cannot do this because the mind is limited. But as you start progressing and as you start learning things, you become, more wisdomful. The ignorance goes away, and then you start understanding that I am unlimited. I have so much to cater to my own self. I have so many good qualities. If I focus on the good qualities, more good will come to me. But what do we focus? We criticize ourselves. We think that we are not able to do it, and it's a challenge. And then what happens is the mind actually stops us. We think that, oh, I can't do that. And then you create that same reality that yes, you cannot do that. Whatever you think, you become. That is what it is. So, anyhow, but thank you so much, Sheelamji. Right on target, bullseye, I would say. Thank you so much. So, that's wonderful. Anybody else wishes to share anything or ask, or we are good, masters? All good?
And to tell Madhuji,
Uh-huh.
most of the illnesses, if the doctor has the patience to listen to the patient and try to understand what is the cause of the deep stress and reassure, that itself is the healing. It's
Yes,
not the medicines. Medicines only make the body more harmful to the body, but letting out that thing which has been disturbing will make a lot of difference.
yes.
So that is why it's important to talk out and let out what is disturbing you and try to find the solution. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheelamji. Yes, that's why I always tell, sit with yourself. Sometimes people, they cannot sit with their own self. They cannot sit alone. They cannot sit idle. What one should do when you actually go through certain issue or some kind of issue, go to the root cause of that issue. And then first of all, the first thing that you need to remove is the ego. We need to remove the ego first, and then the fear. When you remove that ego, the fear goes away, the anger also goes away, and do the forgiveness for everything. And you will actually know, oh my goodness, I was the only villain of my own. Like, I am the only culprit, because I was only the person who was stopping my own self. There was no one else. And as soon as you understand that, you were actually blocking your own success. Yeah. So idle mind is devil's workshop, yes. And that is why one should actually change their situation also. How? Basically, you are, suppose maybe, for example, it's a very silly example, but let me take it. Suppose you are in your home and you get into an argument with your daughter or with your husband or your son, anyhow, or your spouse for that matter. Now you are continuously having that same thing, and you are so fed up. The same thing is happening every day. So what you can do about it is you start going out and change the time so that you actually minimize the time you meet, right? And also, you, as soon as you change, I know the feelings won't change, but at least you will actually change the scenario, the situation for your own self, and you will actually vibrate. What you have written? Niluji, can we ask forgiveness from? Yes, always you should do that. Give me a second, masters. I'm listening to you all. But yes, we can ask forgiveness from everyone, from our body also, our organs also. Yes, Deepak ji.
Atmavandan to all.
Deepak ji.
Well, it's always a psychosomatic diseases we are creating. If you see, everything is psychosomatic creation.
Yes,
So there are two things which I feel should be. One is forgiveness, and one is gratitude or shukrana. If you try doing that, your ego will start crashing. When you say, thanksgiving and forgiving, will help you to first thing will hit your ego and ego will start dissolving.
yes,
And second thing is when you are able to give love and affection, where if you start doing it to create your love and affection is by having some animal with you and you go on, playing with it. So these are few thoughts I have to, say that by this there will be a lot of difference will come to your body effects.
yes. It's very, very important. And also, as we forgive and we are full of gratitude, as you said, very rightly said, just imagine every day when you come and you come with these sessions, when I'm here and I also give gratitude, I'm really like thinking about that. Oh my God, I'm so blessed. At least I have two hands, to do stuff. I have 2 feet to walk. Certain times we don't appreciate, oh, my body should be like that, my face should look like that, but at least you have a face, you have eyes, you have ears. So when you are in gratitude with these things that you have in your life, are you going to look at body shape or body shaming? No. The point is, we need to be in gratitude for everything we have in our life. And when we are with, gratitude, and when we are forgiving not only others but ourselves also, we also need to be, also need to ask forgiveness from our body organs, from our body parts. Because see, maybe you were walking and you did not take care, you did not took care at that time, and you actually bumped your feet. Okay, what happened? Because you did not take care. Now you should say, sorry, I'm so sorry, my feet. I should have looked carefully, or I should have walked carefully. That is basically telling that one should actually ask forgiveness. According to a certain master, they tell me that every body part actually can also astral travel. They have this astral realm of the organs also. Do you know that? So we should actually, and these organs that we have in our body. So we actually read Thinking and Destiny in the Hindi group. So this organ, that we have in our bodies, masters, they are made by elemental kingdom. Elemental kingdom are the masters who create these organs in our body. So we definitely need to ask forgiveness. Okay. So thank you, Neeluji. Thank you, Deepakji. Thank you so much. And so muting everyone now. I believe we are good. Let's go into meditation, masters. It's time now. So take deep, steady breaths as you inhale. Relax your body, masters. Take your position for meditation. Drink some water as you progress into meditation. When you drink water, it actually helps you to help the flow of energy. It makes the flow of energy easy in your body, masters. The energy moves efficiently and it works efficiently. So as you breathe in, remember to straighten up your spine, crisscross your feet, sit comfortably on the floor or on the sofa, chair, or bed, wherever you want to sit. If you want to let your feet touch the ground, you can do that if you are sitting on sofa or chair. If you are sitting on bed, you can just straighten up your legs if you cannot bend or crisscross your feet. And if you are sitting down, wonderful. If you are able to do that, that's great. So crisscross your feet, masters. Keep your feet relaxed, your spine relaxed. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Straighten up your neck, your head, and close your eyes. Clasp your hands and fingers, fingers into fingers, and keep them on your lap. As you inhale, masters, inhale deeply. The amount of time that you took to inhale, I ask you to breathe out the same amount with the same amount of time. So inhale deeply, exhale softly, masters. And slowly, steadily start relaxing your body from head to toe. Each and every breath has the power to rejuvenate, recharge. It also carries the power to energize oneself and to liberate oneself. But at this time, we invite and invoke the higher level masters who can guide us, who can share the wisdom and knowledge, and also help us on this journey, the journey to spiritual transformation and awakening. As we breathe in and as we breathe out, We breathe out slow and deep, steady breaths into us and release it outside of us. As you inhale and as you exhale, your whole body starts breathing along with you. And then you start becoming one with your breath, masters. As you focus on each and every incoming and outgoing breath, you start experiencing becoming energized. Your breath helps you awaken your inner self. It rejuvenates you, it heals you, it puts you in a calming state. So let each and every breath be your guide, masters. Let each and every breath take care of you. The mind is a very powerful tool. Whatever you want to have in your life, be it healing, success, opportunity, or you want to create something beautiful in your life, you have this power, the power of manifestation. As you live in this physical world with the physical body, your mind is within your body, your brain is within your body. But as you heighten your consciousness, as you increase your consciousness, as you start understanding wisdom related to the soul journey, to how the soul progresses, we also start knowing the deepest secrets of the universe. The physical body has this solid state nature to it. But as you become lighter and lighter, as you release any kind of negativity, perception, as you release any lower vibrational energies, you start understanding that you are gaining more higher level consciousness. You gain more knowledge and more wisdom. And then you also have the power to manifest easily because now you know the secret. As you have awakened and increased your consciousness, that divine learning was sent to you. It was not there within you. But from where it came? It came from the physical dimension. Because the physical dimension has your physical body. It is the 3D world. But as you progress into the higher dimensions with higher consciousness, you raise your consciousness and then you get out of your body into the astral planes, into the etheric, astral, mental, causal, supracausal, and the diamond plane. Now, how do you manifest? You manifest with the higher dimensions, with the 5D. Your mind has the power to imagine, to create. And where is this power? This power is within your body to think, but that power to manifest is outside your body. It is above your body, above your head, the manifestation power, the 5D, the 4D, 5D, as you progress more and more, as you learn more and more, as you breathe more and the more deeper you go, the more depth you achieve. You get into the zero state. You achieve the zero state, the absolute nothingness. And that is the secret to creative power, to creation. What you want to create, you have everything within you, your thoughts. And whatever you need, you have always been given. So the higher dimension, higher consciousness holds the power to manifestation. So make yourself lighter. Forgive your own self, forgive others, and go on this journey. Be peaceful with yourself. With the physical body are desires, lot of desires, lot of greed and wants with this materialistic life. But as you become spiritual, as you progress higher, you start getting, you start understanding that you have to leave all the materialistic life as you want to progress higher with lighter energies. The lighter energies will actually tell you to release any kind of lower dimensional stuff. There is no greed, no lust, no anger, no judgment, no ego, no fear, no anxiety. As you progress to the spiritual realm, to the divine realms, and we all need to understand that. And that is why we are always guided towards spirituality, to become one with the divine, to understand the divine, to be near to the divine energies, to become one with the divine energies, because that is who you are. But you have covered yourself in a lot of mask. So as you breathe in, masters, remember to go within, to become zero, to become thoughtless, and then create with what you have or what you want in your life in the future. The future is yet to come. The past has already been done, but the present is what you hold. So how about manifesting in your present for the future and letting go of the past? Thank you, universe. I have this in my present lifetime. Thank you, universe, for supporting me and giving me opportunities to succeed. I have lot of opportunities. Thank you, universe, for promoting me. Thank you, universe, for providing for me, helping me earn big time, big amount every month. Now the manifestation power has begun. Thank you, universe, for sharing your divine wisdom with me all the time. Thank you, universe, for guiding me and protecting me, safeguarding me all the time. Thank you, universe, for aligning me with higher level masters, higher level masters of higher consciousness. I am grateful, I am thankful. Thank you, universe. Thank you, masters. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, my body, to keep me healthy, loving, compassionate, and kind. As I proceed in my life, I'm very grateful that I'm always surrounded by people who love me, who appreciate me, who respect me, who are always there to help me out, who always supports me in my journey. I'm always there wherever I'm needed. And also, I'm at the right place at the right time with success, opportunity, abundance, financial gains. I'm a very important person, not only in my life, but or in my world, but in other people's world as well. I am at peace with myself. I love myself. Until we let go of the mind that speaks to us that we are limited, we cannot go forward. So just quieten your mind and remember to go within, to become zero. Because any zero that is put after one, it makes it 10. If you put another zero after 10, it makes it 100. And such is the case. The story goes on, and a zero can actually change the meaning of one. It can give the meaning to 10, to 100, to thousands, lakh, and so on. So if you tend to become zero, it's a very happy feeling, masters. You are that zero that can change so much. So maybe you are, or we are the glitch in the matrix. I am the glitch in the matrix. We are the glitch in the matrix. And certain glitches are so good. So take care of yourself. Be with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Let both the energies of your body, feminine and masculine, become one with each other. We all are divine souls, powerful souls, unlimited, worthy, powerful beings, souls, and we manifest all good things for ourselves and others as well. We are powerful. Whatever we say happens. So better to choose right words, right scenarios. Let each and every breath be your guide, masters. Let go of body consciousness. Slowly, steadily, become unlimited with each and every breath.
Child may have autism.
My dear masters, let each and every breath enter your physical body, but you may let go of body consciousness, letting each and every breath sink in into you, taking you deeper, more deep. My dear masters, now very slowly, let us all come back into our body consciousness, slowly, steadily, wherever you are. Start feeling your body, feeling your toes, and whenever you get comfortable, and slowly feel yourself coming out, slowly, steadily, straightening your spine, your neck, your head. So, masters, I request each and everyone to at least move your legs a little bit, move your toes, your hands, and your fingers. And whenever you feel ready and comfortable, masters, slowly straightening your spine, unclasping your hands, and keeping your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. So now keep your eyes closed with your palms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Very slowly, please come out the beautiful smile. Thank you so much, masters. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. From the depths, come out into this physical reality. Welcome, everyone. Hello, masters. Thank you. Masters, come out. Thank you, everyone. Okay, masters. So, if you have any experiences to share or any, you want to ask any questions, we'll do that tomorrow. So, I'm going to close the session today, masters. It's already late. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. It was really, really wonderful. If you want to share anything very quickly, you can definitely share. Thank you, Sheelamji. Thank you, everyone. So, masters, it is really, really awesome that we went through this beautiful meditation and really great to have you all here. And we also finished our today's list. But yeah, we have many more lists to do. So we'll go slowly, steadily. But thank you so much, Ashaji. Thank you. Thank you, Sheelamji. And still in that, deep energy. So, masters, let us meditate regularly with our individual self and group consciousness, and also meditate and give meditation lessons to everyone, teach meditation to everyone, awaken everyone, and do our much needed inner work every day. So, may we all be happy, healthy, and vibrant. May we all be joyful, peaceful, compassionate, and kind. May we all be abundant, prosperous, and may we all be successful. Thank you so much, Masters. Thank you.